Okay, once again in Shit Happens Catalyst Conversation, I have Bram, who is the second person who is here for the second time. Maybe you remember episode number 13, where he first shared about his journey. Maybe you don't. If you don't, just click here. Just go and watch the previous episode as well. This is, I guess, episode 35. So it has been 20 episodes. It has been more than 4 months between the two recordings. So there's a lot to catch up on because he's the kind of person who always asks for more, especially from himself, from the world. And the reason why I want to talk to him today is because mostly in June 2025, he went on a very big journey, both physically, mentally, emotionally, maybe also spiritually. Definitely spiritually, because the first half of it was Camino de Santiago, which is like this very big pilgrimage hike in Spain, Portugal, and maybe, I guess, part of it is also in France. And after this, that was not enough. Then he organized a full Ironman for himself. So Ironman, it's 3.8 kilometers of swimming, 180 kilometers of cycling, and a full marathon of running. So first of all, tell us why. Why do you do this to yourself? And hello.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. I love these conversations. So thanks for the invitation. I love to share about it. Why do I do it? A good question. I like a challenge. I needed to conquer my health. Yeah, that was my biggest objective to get my health back. That's why I started towards a health Ironman because I was sick. I probably shared more in the last episode. So as I was sick, I needed to do something with my time instead of smoking weed and drinking beer in the bar. So then you hop on a bike and you cycle for 6 hours instead of you drink beers for 6 hours. So as that journey continued, I finished the half Ironman, but I was still on medication. I had heavy antipsychotic, and I didn't like that. I wanted to be off. So I thought, you know what? Why half Ironman if I can go for full Ironman? So I'll put a new date. I say 29th of June, I'm gonna do a full Ironman. Friends of mine were gonna do it in Nice. Since I didn't want to invest in money for a full race, I said I'm gonna do it on my own in Barcelona, but I'll do it on the same day. As I'm training, I don't have a nutritionist. I don't have a mindset coach or someone who makes my training schedules. I'm just winging it. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm an amateur, but I do have determination. So I said, I'm gonna do it. As I'm training, I burnt myself out probably 7 times in 1.5 years, overtraining. And the last time I thought, fuck, I don't want to train. At a moment of burnout from training, you're mentally below zero. It's like, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to train. Fuck all of it. So I said, fuck it. Then I thought, fuck it. Because also I had two funerals of suicide within 1 month earlier this year. So I flew to the Netherlands twice. And it shook me a little bit. And it made me reflect, why am I doing all of this? And I'm doing it to get my health back. But early this year, I became medication free because I was loyal to my treatment for 3 years. So I already crossed the finish line. And that was the moment where I said, you know what? Fuck this full Ironman because I'm sabotaging my health more than that I'm living healthy at the moment because I was getting injured all the time, shin splints and annoying, too much training. So I said, fuck it. I'm going to walk Camino de Santiago to celebrate that I'm alive. I'll light a candle in Santiago for the people who got out of life, and I will heal my legs, and then I'll do the Ironman, or not. But I'm gonna walk to enjoy that I'm
So
alive. So that was my
you
intention.
decide heal your legs by walking hundreds and hundreds of kilometers. Like, I don't know
Yeah,
what this is like. He's crazy.
yeah, yeah. That's the reaction of most people, but it does make sense when you break it
Hmm.
down. My intention was to walk 10 to 15K a day. When I walk, I cannot overtrain myself too much because I'm simply walking. As I'm walking, I'm preparing the legs with all the small muscles, with all the small joints. I'm training my legs in a very low impact way. I'm not crushing myself with too much training. So to me, it didn't make sense. Then it turned out I faced myself again because I didn't do 10, 15K a day. I started with 25, 25, 25, 30. And then it's the fact what I do it. I had so much pain in my knees and my shins. And there was a point where I said, you know what, fuck this Ironman. I might walk to Porto or to India. It just talking about a spiritual path. In order to become a new version of yourself, you got to be willing to let go of everything of the old version. Who you are, what your beliefs are, what you do, what job you have, what you think you should do, the people you surround you with, places, everything. So I said, you know what, fuck it. I'm willing to let go of all people, all places, all projects, all beliefs, everything. I might walk. I don't know where the fuck I'm going. I just walk first to Santiago, and then we'll see. And letting go of that gave me the space to enjoy the Camino with full presence. And that made my journey magical, I would say, because I didn't have to be anywhere. I didn't have to do the Ironman. So I just walked and I had to find my own rhythm, my own pace. And that was not 25K a day or 30K a day. That was a pace to fit in with some people I met on the road because I like the people. So some part of me wanted to be part of the group, and then you walk. Well, I walked with higher pace,
Mm.
and then life humbles me and said, "Fuck you." So I got sick.
Mm.
I got sick, and it slowed me down. So I needed to sleep for a full day. I had a flu. I felt very sick, and then the same pattern repeats itself. I feel a little bit better, and I think, you know what? I'm just gonna go. And I walked 33K. I'm sweating, walking through all of my pain, saying it's just a mind game.
Mm.
And I come in late and I sleep and I do my things. And in the morning, I leave early and I walk another 22.
Well,
And then my shins and my knees and everything was in so much pain. It's like, why do I lock myself in this pain? And I took another day off. And then in those moments where I go too hard and too fast and life just, life does it to all of us. It slows us down. It says, fuck you. This is not what we're doing. So we get sick, tired, the flu, or we need to rest in the deep for a moment, or people get burnout, depression, or it's beautiful. And
how did you rest on these days when you actually took the days off? Did you do absolutely nothing or just watching the clouds, or how does it actually look like?
completely honest, I was scrolling a lot on my phone.
Mm.
I remember one day I was on the loop, fully avoiding myself, big time. I was avoiding the shit out of myself. I didn't want to face certain things. So I was just scrolling my phone, doing my loop. Where should I go? Check logistics, Instagram, and sleep. Yeah, this is one very specific day. The loop where you're simply escaping, not listening. So I didn't learn my lesson. I go out. Then I was there again, sick. Do I learn from the lesson? Yes, I learned from the lesson. So I went to the grocery store. I went to get turmeric, black pepper, ginger, lemon. I made some tea. I made healthy food. And I took proper rest, stretching, meditation, journaling to really see, okay, what am I doing? Why am I sick? What am I avoiding? And how should I continue? Should I just push through it? What am I learning? Yeah.
Well,
And then what I was learning to walk my own rhythm. Don't chase, but attract. Never chase things. Never, ever should you chase anything because you just push it away. It's like you have these small magnets, right? Like a small magnet. You push it and you simply push the other things away. If you turn it around, you attract them. That's the
I guess
shift
it's
we
not
gotta make
like
inside.
if you simply become like metal, you attract all the magnets. I have like very big wall of magnets right here. I have like a staircase. Maybe I can maybe you can see that. So basically I have metal staircase full of magnets. So because the magnets actually stick to this. But I guess the magnets they also stick to each other. Kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, don't chase but attract. That was the
Mm,
lesson.
okay. And what was actually the total distance for you? And in how many days?
Total distance was I walked from Leon to Santiago de Compostela in 16 days. I did it purely donation based. So it was donations from people. I didn't pay anything.
Mhm.
It was the path of faith in which I simply booked a ticket to Leon. I booked the first night. Then I started to walk and I shared things on Instagram. People could make donations. So shout out, thanks again to everyone who made a donation. They might see this. It was phenomenal. I had shelter, I had food, I had everything, abundance. So it took me 16 days to come to Santiago de Compostela. And there I decided I initially wanted to do 3.5 weeks, but then Camino de Santiago well, it gives you what you need. Life always gives you what you need. There's no difference between a Camino and life. Anyways, I decided to do an extra week and walk to Muxia. So I took 5 days to walk another 100K because Santiago didn't feel like the end. Felt like just another city. So I decided to continue my journey. I didn't feel like finished, but there I put my phone off. The last 5 days without phone. In total, answering your question, I walked 21 days, 425K.
Hmm. 10
So that's
marathons.
10, 10 marathons in 3 weeks.
Mm.
Yeah. Then I had 6 days off, three in Muxia and three in Finisterre. And if anyone ever wants to do this, I highly recommend to do it. It's integration time. It's give the body rest, give the mind rest, give your emotions some time because you walk all the way. You walk every day through Spain, like this journey. You meet people, you're on the road. You don't have many moments to sit down and
Mm.
reflect or like while walking, you can think about whatever you want, but it's very beautiful to sit and to integrate because I met a lot of people. I think 9 out of 10 people maybe was figuring out life for him or herself, close to a burnout, but at least a lot of people. And then they had a deadline. So you gotta walk Camino de Santiago because you're close to a burnout. They have a deadline on the Camino, which means you gotta be in Santiago de Compostela because a train or a flight is leaving at X day. Meaning there's a full schedule of walking with pressure. You get tired as fuck. People take painkillers, pills, really, and spray and everything to heal their blisters and the pain they feel on their legs. Then they make it on time. They sleep one night and they take a flight back. The day after, you got to go to work again.
Yeah.
So you go away from work and life to avoid a burnout. Then you burn yourself out all the way. You go back to work and you double down on the burnout skip. What are you doing? It didn't make sense to me at all. At all. Like how I did it, I highly recommend everyone to do it in that
Mm.
way. No plan, nothing scheduled, zero. It's like you have an idea, okay, I might want to go there or I might want to go there. But as a Camino de Santiago, a pilgrimage like that is a way to find your rhythm, to listen to yourself, to go deep and be like, okay, what do I want? Where do I want to go? And in order to listen to your inner guidance system, it's how do I feel today?
Mm.
Do I feel like talking? Do I feel like walking? Do I feel like singing songs? Do I feel like crying? Do I want to push or not? And in order to have space for that, there got to be space. As in, You cannot put a deadline on that day because then you gotta go there. If you schedule nothing, and that's why I love the unknown, life provides. Camino provides, life provides, God provides. It just happens. So without a plan, things work out. And then you can truly feel, okay, today, you know what? I walked 10K. I don't give a shit. Tomorrow, I want to challenge myself. I walk 40K. I want to feel pain in my knees and learn from the pain. I walk 50K. Okay, do your thing. Okay, I learned from the pain. Today, I don't walk. You want to have those options so you can listen to yourself and experiment and have faith. The path of faith, I call it that way because faith is an underestimated quality in life. People live from fear all the time. Fear of not having a bed to sleep in. Fear of I'm not gonna make it. Fear of what? You can sleep somewhere. Worst case scenario, you gotta sleep on the streets one day and wake up with sunrise. You'll survive. So that fear drives a lot of people also on the Camino. And people say Camino provides. People talk about the Camino life and normal life. There's no difference. You're alive. In your job, you're alive. And on the Camino, you're alive. There's no difference in there. You gotta have faith in both of them. You gotta listen to yourself in both of them. It's simply life. And the Camino does reveal a lot of lessons. I got a recap of most of my lessons in Barcelona. What I've learned in 1.5 years, I learned it again. It's like a summary, like a final exam.
You have had many insights recently because of the Camino, leaving Barcelona, doing the Ironman. So you're never ready. It's kind of you're always pushing yourself into something new challenge for the mind and for the body and emotional and spiritual self as well. You're always looking for a challenge. You really don't like comfort, right?
I don't know if I see it like that because I don't see it as performance. I don't want to perform so I'm good enough or whatever, or be on stage or have a trophy. I don't care about any of it. Nature's way is growth. Nature's way is growth. There's no other way. Nature's way is freedom and growth. You see it everywhere. Life should be as easy as birds flying in the sky, fish swimming in the ocean, a tree grows. That's what it does. Life should be simple. So is it me pushing? No, I truly want it. I truly want to go there. Life just reveals challenges to me that I should accomplish. Because I believe before you come to life, you sign a contract. You're going to sign, okay, this is what I'm going to do in this lifetime. I'm going to check these boxes. If you don't, fuck, you're going to feel miserable. And it's up to us to remember what we signed in the contract, which you do through a lot of solitude and meditation. And because as you then listen to yourself, you will guide yourself somewhere. So for me, having an Ironman done, it's not about the Ironman. It wasn't an Ironman. I don't want Ironman to sue me because Ironman is a brand. I simply did a triathlon. Okay. It was not an Ironman. It was a triathlon. They got the big brand going on Ironman. So it was a challenge. And the funny thing is, life and self-mastery, which I live for, is remembering who am I, what am I capable of, is facing all fears. And as I finish the Ironman, the triathlon, I finish, and the day after, or the day itself, I'm like, fuck, I thought I knew myself a little bit. I thought I knew a little bit who I was, who I am, what I'm capable of. But I have no fucking idea. I have no idea what I'm capable of. Because your mind just keeps breaking the cedar. It's not like it goes from here to that is my highest vision in life. No, so the journey and the fun of life is the progress. It's every time you go and you're like, fuck, there literally are no limits. Like, could I do even more of this freaking? I just walked 425K through Spain. I rest 2 weeks and I do a solo triathlon on my own, knowing that 5 years ago, I was still doing cocaine until 1 in the afternoon.
Wow.
Drinking beer, smoking 2 packs a day. And now I do an Ironman the day before the Camino. Psychiatrist calls me and says, your file is closed. Like, you're out. Get out of here. All green light. And now I'm doing this 10 marathons in 3 weeks, 2 weeks of rest, and then doing a full Ironman. Now I'm repeating it because my mind still can't believe it.
Wow.
As I was doing it, as I was running, I had sticks because I wanted to finish. As I was running, I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Because I knew I was going to start. I knew I was going to give my all. But I didn't know I was going to finish. Really, I knew I was going to give my all or finish. One of the two. Well, seems that I finished, but it wasn't even my all. I could have done more.
There's one guy in Estonia, I guess he has done like 20 or even 40 full triathlons. So he also organized it for himself, but he had like physiotherapist and a team and the lab taking his and people giving him food. So he had a full team for that. And I guess once he did it for 20 days, then he did 40 days in a row. So one full triathlon a day. So is this something that you will do someday?
This guy's nuts.
Yes.
I want to meet him.
There was like this big funding campaign for that because, 20 days for months.
You see, and this is dangerous. Yeah. This is the dangerous part of the hobby I got. Because now you say this, but actually I talked with a friend of mine and Abdel, he said there's an epic fight, which means 5 Ironmans in 5 days on 5 islands. And well, I'm just thinking, would I be capable of doing that? Really? That's insane. That's nuts. But if there's one thing that I have a lot of pleasure in, it's breaking beliefs of people. Breaking beliefs. Like just cracking skulls. Like, what the fuck? That's impossible. Yeah, I like it. Because then they might start to think, maybe I'm capable of more than I'm sure.
Yeah, it's also like, do you know the story?
I like to fascinate people.
Yeah, do you know the story of the 4-minute mile? At some point, people thought it was
that nobody would break it until one did it, and then 20 people did it.
One person did it, Deutsche Bahn. I've even seen, I think it was like Liverpool or Manchester or somewhere, or Oxford, Cambridge. There was even like a sign that in the place where he did it. So he ran 1 mile under 4 minutes. Before that, it was considered to be impossible. And nowadays, college students are just doing it casually because one man did it. And now everybody is like, it's possible. Let's try. You can also be a first in something. And then
Yeah, so I don't believe I'm here to break some world records and to be the fastest or the strongest or put records. I don't think I'm here for that reason. But I do love to fascinate myself. That's what I like. I love to amaze myself and be like, what the fuck? I come from that shit. And now I'm doing this. How is it even possible? That's what I like. So, yeah. Now, the physical challenge. I want to do a 100K run. And then the Epic 5, maybe I'll do it. But before, I got to work my way up and learn how to swim and bike. And turns out that I love to exercise and I have a lot of energy. So I don't want to scale that down. There are not many things in life that I really love. Sometimes I think I want to fit in and eat the pizza and drink the beer and smoke the cigarette. But as I'm spending a single moment like that in that lifestyle, I feel shit.
You can also fit in. You can also
like
fit. You can choose which people you want to fit in with. Either the people who are eating the pizza, or you want to fit in with the fit people.
Yeah, true. Well, to have the Epic 5, actually, I'm looking here at my vision board. I put it very small numbers. That is a big objective, but just very small in the corner. It's like I might do one day. And then you have Marathon des Sables. It's a marathon in South Morocco. It's 5 ultra marathons, so 50K a day, 5 days, 50K through the desert. And it's a race I already thought about, and I know 2 people who did it. I will go for a coffee with them, which is the most dangerous coffee I've ever had in my life, probably. And then I'll ask about it. They'll talk about it. And if I grow excited about it, then I know I got to do it. That's simply how my life works. So it's not, I got to put a challenge there and I got to do it. No, I really want to. Life just makes me excited for something that pops up and I follow my excitement. I follow my bliss.
Mm.
Uh, it comes with ups and downs because it's not always fun. It comes with a lot of discipline. It comes with a lot of effort. It comes with a lot of hard moments.
Mm.
Simply it getting born from crazy excitement. That's when I know I'm ready for the next
Mm.
challenge. Because at the moment, I don't feel any excitement to run 100K or to do it. No, I'm
Yeah.
recovering. I need more recovery than I hoped. Because the first week after I was back in the gym, I was telling people I'm gonna do ultra marathon, and I was still on top of the
Mhm.
mountain the first days, and then I fell off. I was like, back to
Mhm.
reality. Okay, recover. Because yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and that's fun. Life almost
I
fun.
remember at some point I wanted to do all the hiking trails in Estonia because there are like from across Estonia you can walk like 800 kilometers like inside the forests, and there are like
Yeah.
these little tree
Oh,
houses on the way, so there's always like a place where to stay for the night. They even have like, fire food and everything provided. And I wanted to do that at some point. One is like 800, another trail is maybe 300 something from north to south. But I guess I just did little bits and pieces of that. But I still have the maps. I'm still coloring in the parts that I have done already. And I'm like, maybe one day it will all be done. Unless they build some new trails. Then it's going to be more difficult. Because they're always evolving and developing. I did some of it also last summer. And it's just super beautiful. And even 2 days in the forest, that was very calming. Although I was a little bit in a danger as well because these places where you can just stay for the night, they're kind of open. And it was like, and I was just kind of sleeping there. And a random guy from the village came to the campfire place and he was very noisy. I was like, shit, he's going to kill me. So it's kind of open. You're in the forest. Sure.
well, luckily he didn't.
But I didn't.
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
out alive because I wasn't really staying in the house. There was also like very big tower. And for some reason, I thought I'm just gonna sleep on top of the tower. So the guy was screaming on the campsite, but he didn't know that I was up there in the tower, like not breathing. So all these things they're like also available here. Very long forest trails. You don't really see people, and when you see, it feels even like oh my god, dangerous because they can be like local trunks from the
Yeah.
village. Yeah.
I would highly recommend anyone to do a pilgrimage or a long hike
Yeah.
like that once, like, for more often. I saw more people who said that this is my seventh or eighth or nine or 12th Camino. You do this boring walking once a year. It's like, for me, it's once in a lifetime. I might come back when I'm a grandpa, but not when I'm 29. No, I didn't like all of it, but that's the beauty of the journey. It's the painful moments which you don't like, which you try to escape, that make experiences very valuable. Because in the same cycle of experience, you have those parts you don't like. They help you figure out what you're avoiding, so you figure out what you do like, and it's part of the full
Mm.
journey. Everything is just pleasurable. It might not be meaningful.
Mm.
So I really liked it, and I highly recommend people to do it, to just lift from a backpack for weeks. I didn't even have a proper backpack. You have like a hip strap
Mm-hmm.
usually. I didn't have a hip strap, so I got some sore ass
Oh.
neck muscles in 3 days. That was very painful, but it was fun. And actually, my backpack became lighter as I was
Yeah.
walking, which is a good sign because most backpacks get
Mm.
heavier, which has, of course, something to do with life and attachment. People get things, they carry it along. Just get rid of it. Just travel light. You don't want to add all the extra weight. Don't put all the extra weight. You know, same with moving to the Netherlands right now. I could put my light in 2 boxes.
Wow.
I fly with my backpack and with the suitcase, and the rest fits in 2 boxes. And that feels very
I had
light.
10 boxes that I had to send back from Barcelona. And I also had storage in Estonia that was full of stuff. I thought that I got rid of a lot of stuff when I sold my home last year, but turns out I still have a lot. So I'm like, shit, why do I have all this? Okay, the books, I can't throw away the books. Many of the books I also, I took them to my countryside house. So they're still there. They're not inside my space, but they're still in the family or in the country.
Only thing I care about are my books and my journals, my library,
Uh,
and physical stuff. Yeah.
special.
Yeah. And that's also a reason why I do it and there's challenges. It's you gotta go through so much pain and break things. It teaches so much about life, not only about training, but every answer I know in life, I learned through training and through going for a goal. So triathlon teach me everything I know about life, about attitude, well, and the people I met on the road teach me more about it even. But all answers lie in there. So as I'm doing a full triathlon, I go through my entire life and I clean the garage, I clean the dungeons. It's like, okay, this part, insecurities come up, and you need a strong talk with yourself to be able to finish, to be able to say, okay, I'm not going to listen to this bitch voice. The bitch is not going to win today. Otherwise, I'm not finishing. So you need a very strong dialogue. You need to ask the right questions. And it comes with a lot of cleaning because as you run, I think it works this way. I never talked with a professional who could know, but I think it works this way. It's like you break the body. The body is so tired. And as you're still moving and still moving, it's like you cannot hold on to the things you used to hold on to because it weighs you down. All the emotional things, they open up. And that's the inner alchemy, I would say, of channeling those emotions and those pains from whatever, what age you were and what happened. And you channel all that pain into power. And that's where you let go of a lot of, well, people call it trauma and pain in an emotional way because it hits physically and then it opens up emotionally. And you run through everything. And it's like, fuck, what am I worrying about? And then just happy that I'm alive and I'm capable of doing it. And after a race like that, there's literally no stress in the body. There's nothing you can worry about. I cannot come up with a feeling of deeper sense of peace than that. Not even a sense of peace. That is peace of mind. That is the deepest peace you can experience, probably. It's not even, I cannot even explain it. It's something you gotta experience. It's so rewarding. It has everything. Everything is perfect after a race like that. Even though your toenail is falling off, your knees hurt, you're eating like kilos of food, and you're like, I don't give a shit. I'm eating. I'm tired and full caffeine of the gel, and the stomach is fucked up. But somehow there's deep peace.
Yeah.
You can only know by experiencing it. It's like you're empty of stress or anything.
Yeah, I finished.
There's
I
no worry.
finished. Yeah, I
Zero.
finished 20 marathons. So I kind of guess can imagine how kind of it's not fully the same, but still similar.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was also like,
Probably.
what's next?
For me, the peace increases as the distance
Yeah.
increases. As the time goes on, it increases. But yeah, after a marathon, for sure.
It's everything
20 marathons, fuck.
in 10 years. So, it's not that much. I started more. I started like 25, but I didn't finish all of them. Because,
Tell it to someone who has a hard time running 5K.
yeah. Yeah, I used to run.
Tell it to someone. Tell it to someone who bought running shoes and who put it in the closet 3 years ago and still tries to go running, but is smoking every day. Just
If I see
putting it
that
in
person,
perspective.
if I
Sorry?
see that kind of person, I will tell them.
It's not that much.
Hmm.
You could do it easy.
Yeah. So what are you up to?
Not sure
What are
about
you up
that.
to now? What are you building now? What's the next challenge? Have you got any idea?
Yes, I have a very clear idea. I have only one question. I wrote it down there. I say, dear God, how can I blah 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 in 3 years?
Mm-hmm.
I'll keep it a secret. But it's focused on transforming. It's focused on my unfolding, but now into business and impact
Mm.
because it's quite exceptional. Well, there are more success
Mm.
stories or transformational journeys like mine, but they're still quite exceptional. Like the majority is not in that transformation. So I love to help people with it. Like the version I just talked about, the guy who bought running shoes and put it in the closet and is still smoking. I'd like to help him quit
Mm.
smoking. I'd like to inspire someone to run 5K. I'd like to help people those a few K so they feel comfortable when giving a presentation or while swimming in summer. I like people to experience confidence. I'm mostly focusing on men. I'd like them to be proud of who they are in the mirror.
Mm.
I love them to be satisfied with who they are, not wanting to perform for anyone else or suffering in silence, thinking it's not part of life. It should be different. So I'd like to help men with physical health, mental health, emotional health. And with that, yeah, bring peace around. It's all over the place because strong men bring peace, I think.
Mm.
So my next objective is, yeah, monetizing and building business out of what I've learned in health and use my same discipline and determination to get it done. So yeah, that's
For
next.
now, where can men find you if they want to be inspired? What's the best spot to find
Instagram.
Instagram?
Yes.
So you have made friends again with social media.
Yes.
Okay.
And as I'm now, that's what I'm studying. I'm studying how to bring a message to people, how to have attention, how to write a whatever caption. So all the business part of it. Because as I'm talking in a podcast or one-on-one with people, many people get inspired and are like, "Sorry, like I want to clean my room when I'm talking with you. I want to go for a run just while we go for a walk." It's like I feel like lifting. I never felt like lifting. That uplifting vibe, I want to give that everywhere I go.
Mm-hmm.
And for my own standards, I have not succeeded yet in doing that online. So Instagram is the best, but always reach out through even WhatsApp. Hop on a call with that would maybe even be better to simply talk with people
Mm-hmm.
because that's what I'm actually learning. How can I use my message online and spread the word online so it has a bigger reach and more people benefit from it? That's exactly what I'm learning to add value through a freaking 30-second video. Shit. Look, trigger that. No, no excuses. I'll learn it. I'll figure out how to grab attention. That's what I'm learning. This is what I'm learning. How to grab attention from a 7-year-old grown up.
You will succeed.
That's exactly what I'm learning. How to grab attention
You will succeed.
from a 30-year-old.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is watching cat videos most of the time. No,
We just cute.
I'm making fun now.
Yeah, I know. But I guess you will succeed, and
Yeah.
maybe at some point you will be back here as well with another crazy story to tell us. Never know. You're always growing, you're always shifting and changing.
Who knows?
And this podcast is about change and transformation. So I guess we will see many more versions of.
I think a good question Yeah, I think a good question. What I'm doing is how can I make a $1 million company based on having my own personal transformation as a
Hmm.
foundation? That's what I'm working.
Good. So good luck with this, and thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.